What's up, guys, and welcome back to F1 2019. Today we have a very exciting episode for a couple of different reasons. First of all, we're here in Russia, brand new Grand Prix weekend. We've got free practice one right here, and I'm going to say let's just go ahead and get out on the track. I want to show you guys some of the differences, some of the things we've done here. We do have a couple of pretty big changes, and I'm excited about it. I'm trying to get better at this game, trying to become more self-sufficient, not rely on as many assists and stuff like that. And we're trying to grow and become better. But here we go. We are going to go ahead and pull on out of the garage, pull on out of pit lane here. Looks like we're going to be the first one out on the track. This is my first time driving this thing, so it's going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and drop that pit limiter. And here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is kind of a crazy pit lane. Exit. Wow! Straight into a straight. That's pretty intense. Don't cross the white line, and boom, there we go. All right, so the first change you guys can see here is that our driving line, like the suggested driving line, is now only in corner mode. So it used to be on full where it would show up the entire time. Now we've dropped it down to corners. To be honest, I really would like to eventually get rid of this thing, and I plan on it, but it probably won't be for like quite a few more episodes or even a couple more years of this game. The thing is like, I know kind of where to place myself on the track. I know how to set up for apexes. I know where I want to be, but the braking points are the most important part to me. Like, I need to know when to brake because I just don't know that. I don't have any experience on these tracks. So like, eventually I'll know, oh, at the 100 marker, 100 meter marker there, that's when I've got to step on the brakes. But for right now, I don't really know that yet. So that's why we're sticking with the braking line for now. I know some of you guys have said that we should get rid of it, but for now I feel like it's kind of a necessary evil, and we're going to keep it. Now, the other thing that we've changed here, the other big change for this episode, which I feel like was really, really needed, is we are going to start managing our fuel mixture and our ERS a lot more intensely. So I have it set up on my wheels on this wheel, so they're like little knob dial type things, and so my right one, when I spin it up, that increases my ERS. When I spin it down, it decreases it. And then on the left one, when I spin it up, it increases the fuel mixture, and then down, it decreases it. So I have a very limited understanding of what these things do. Obviously, fuel mixture, light, you're burning less fuel. You're not going to go as fast, but you're going to save more fuel. Heavy, you're going to burn more fuel. You're going to go faster, but you're going to run out of it faster. It's a balancing game there. You want to try to burn off as much fuel as possible because that makes the car lighter and you're going to go faster in general. But at the same time, you need enough fuel to be able to make it to the end of the race. So you got to kind of like switch it up every now and then. When you want to go for an overtake, move it up to rich. When you're done with that, move it back down to standard, move it down to lean if you have to save it. And the ERS is pretty much the same thing. So you've got 0 ERS, which is going to be none of your battery giving you that extra horsepower, so you're going to be significantly slower. You've got low, which that's like when you're low on ERS, which is that yellow bar there, the 83% down in the bottom right. Low would be to use for when you want a little bit, but you mainly want to charge it. You go up to medium. Apparently this is kind of like, if you wanted to leave it on medium for the entire race, you might be able to. High is high, obviously. You've got overtake, which is going to be the best in your high gears. This is going to give you your maximum top speed. So like when you're in gears 6, 7, and 8, you want to be on overtake. And then you've also got hot lap, which hot lap gives you the highest acceleration. So when you're in the lower gears and you're trying to go super fast, you start in hot lap, go around these corners so you have that extra acceleration. And then once you get up into gear 5, 6, 7, you would go down to overtake to give you that extra speed. And now I'm looking at my computer instead of looking at the track, and we're going to get ourselves in trouble. So it's going to be a learning process. It's going to be a learning curve, but I'm trying to get better.
Wing damage. Box for a new one.
Like I said, I don't want to rely on... Oh, there's the pit entry. That's a good thing to know. I don't want to rely on the... What's it called? The assists quite as much. And I don't know. We're going to see how we can do. This should be a fun race. It should be an interesting one. Let's practice. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fix up this front wing. Also...
Set us back a little.
No worries. Also, one thing I need to start doing, and it's just like, it is so crazy how deep this game is and how much there is to learn. When I first picked up this game, I was honestly scared of it, and I just pretended like this whole side of it isn't there. But as I've played more and I've started watching the sport and listening to the announcers and stuff like that, I'm starting to kind of piece together a little bit of knowledge. We definitely need to start messing with our car setups and stuff, dude. So like here on some of the tracks, like when I think back to Monza, that one had a ton of straights, like so many straights. It was so fast. We should have swapped to an increased top speed setup, or maybe even a maximum top speed setup. I'm not sure exactly which one we want for each track, but then something like our last track that we did, Singapore, lots of corners, very technical. You want a little bit more downforce to be able to stick at speed through those corners, so maybe we would go for an increased downforce there.
Make sure to run some of our practice programs.
It'd be really nice if he stopped interrupting me. I wish you could turn that off. But yeah, we need to learn to mess with stuff like that. I have been changing some of our parts and stuff every now and then. Ooh, it looks like our motor generator unit is kind of degrading here. We're over halfway through the season, so I'm gonna say let's go ahead and let's fit that. It's gonna take 8 to 10 minutes to do that. I didn't even realize they had a live TV feed of the other people out there. Like this is pretty cool. It really truly does get pretty intense in these menus. But all right, looks good to me. I'm gonna say let's go ahead and you can speed up time, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, we can accelerate time. So we're gonna get done with this repair, and then I'm gonna go in and let's do a track acclimatization little run here and just try to learn this thing. All right, guys, here we go. Starting up this program. Gonna give you guys our first lap, just see what happens. I guess technically this isn't a first lap because we did drive around a little bit when I was telling you guys about all of our changes, but this is our first actual attempt at being fast. So hopefully it goes well. Seems like a fairly simple track. I mean, there's a lot of speed, but not a lot of crazy, tough corners like we had last episode in Singapore. So that's good news. It's a good episode to kind of switch things up a little bit, try something new. I'm excited to see what we can do. Not really gonna mess around with the ERS and stuff right now, and I'm honestly, it'll probably take a few episodes to kind of get used to it and really start using it effectively. But particularly when we want to pass people, we're trying to maximize our qualifying time, stuff like that. I think we can try to mess with it a little bit and just see what we can do. Yeah, dude, this is I like this track a lot. This is a fun track. This is lots of speed, lots of relatively soft corners, so you can still hit them with speed. Got to be careful about that section. We don't have our racing line to help us out. Want to make sure that we stay over towards the right and don't drift a lot in that straight to lose time. It's going to be so cool one day. We're going to be all manual, dude. No racing line. No nothing, no assists. I would love to get to that point, but we got to kind of learn the tracks a little bit more first. A little bit slow through that corner, get through here. Nice.
That's fantastic. You obviously have a really good understanding of this circuit.
All right. I would venture to say that was a pretty good run. I'll take it. I'm going to run a few more laps just to make sure we're completely familiar with the track, and then I'm going to see you guys in qualifying. So we are going to try to use ERS to the best of my ability of how I know it's used in this qualification lap. So here we go. We are going to be on overtake. We've got our DRS active, and we are going to use the heck out of this battery. You guys ready for this? Here we go. So we're going to break into this. We're going to go to hot lap so we get the extra acceleration out of the corner. Boom, looks good. As we get our engine up to speed, we are going to drop it to overtake to get that little extra top end speed through this section where we're flat out. We're going to come up to this next corner, back into hot lap so we can get the acceleration through the corner. Have that massive acceleration, down to overtake for the top speed, up to hot lap for the acceleration through this apex. Took that a little bit wide, that's fine. We're up into P1, that's good. We could drop it here to overtake, back up to hot lap, make sure we accelerate through this corner. Down into overtake, back into hot lap so we can accelerate. This is a relatively long, ooh, that was not good. Shoot, lost a bit of time there. I'm gonna leave it in hot lap. Here we go, we're fine. Through here, DRS, drop it into overtake to get that extra speed. We're gonna stay over to the right because our next turn is gonna be a left. We're gonna throttle all the way through here, up into hot lap, get the acceleration through this area, through this little chicane type looking thing. Into here, drop it to overtake, back up into hot lap. Try to get that extra acceleration. Lewis is starting to get away from us a little bit. Through here, a bit of a straight. We're going to drop it down into overtake, back up into hot lap for these next two corners. Going to get through these. And then we're going to try to overtake to the finish. Never mind, the start-finish line was right
We're very
there.
happy with that position. Well done.
Dude. Now think about trying to do that the entire time while also shifting, looking for the signs on where to brake, holding your lane, trying to go around people, that sort of thing. This is crazy. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to change it that much during an actual race. But I think what we're going to end up doing for a while is we're going to leave it on medium, and we're just going to kind of leave it there. And then when we want to overtake and make moves, we can bump it up. But there's no way I can do that all race long, every race. But that's the kind of stuff that I'm pretty sure real F1 drivers are doing. So that's just insane, dude. It's crazy to think about.
Good afternoon from Sochi as we prepare to get underway for the Russian Grand Prix. The championship battle has some time to go yet, but still expect no quarter to be given here on this circuit that made its debut in 2014 and has already seen some classic racing. It's full throttle for around 56% of the lap here at the Sochi Autodrome.
It's a fast one, that's for sure.
3.6-mile run around the site of the 2014 Winter Olympics. 12 right turns and 6 left turns give us a total count of 18, with passing opportunities available into turns 1 and 13.
A lot more rights than lefts, okay. Means our left tires are going to be feeling it. That front left is probably going to give us some trouble. We'll see what happens. We're starting up there at the front of the grid, kind of crazy. Is it deserved? I don't know. Probably not.
Okay, you've qualified higher than we expected, so let's try to build on this position throughout the race.
I don't think there's going to be much building. I think if anything we may drop back a little bit, but we'll see what happens. So it looks like we're going to be starting off in ERS mode 5, the hot lap, so it gives us that extra acceleration. That makes sense. I would agree with that. I'm going to try to defend this inside corner as much as I can. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. I'm going to drop it down to 2 because we don't want to burn a lot of our ERS here. We just want to kind of do our thing here. Ooh, we got a little collision. The Red Bull and the Ferrari back there. I'm going to move it up to overtake maybe. Try to get around them. And then hot lap. Maybe up to hot lap. And then we can drop it back down to medium. Is that how you're supposed to use it? Are you supposed to use it on like individual corners like that or what? I have no clue, dude. We're in third to start things off, which isn't bad. Gonna let it recharge a little bit. We're at 70% battery. Definitely don't want to be wasteful of it. Also don't want Bottas to start taking off on us though, which seems to be what's happening right now. So what if we went up to a rich fuel mix?
Okay, we're through the start phase. Now let's build on it.
I'm gonna go to a rich fuel mix, so we're gonna see if we can catch up to Bottas, because we always end up with way more fuel than we actually need. So we're gonna run rich for a little bit and just kind of see what happens, see if we can catch up to him. Dropped it back down to standard. We're looking okay through here. Technically, we could use a lot of our rich and like I'm gonna go up to overtake here because this is a long straight. We could use a lot of that stuff towards the beginning to make sure we stay within a second so we can have DRS once DRS is enabled. So maybe that's part of a strategy we could start employing. Drop it back down to medium. Yeah, we're sticking with him. I'm just trying to learn. I'm trying to get better, man. We could probably go up to overtake. Yeah, overtake here. Use a bit more of our ERS. Drop it back down to medium. Run high, drop to medium. We're at 51% though. Like I don't want to use too much of it. I don't know when we're gonna need it in the future. Fiat is out of the race. Did that say? Already? Now the problem is our medium ERS mode is not really gaining. So ERS deploys when you're accelerating, obviously, and when you're either coasting or braking is when it recharges. Shoot, took that a little bit wide. So with a track like this, you aren't really gonna have that many points where you're gonna be recharging. So I feel like we're gonna run out of it quick. See, he's starting to get ahead of us. I'm gonna move us up to
Okay,
rich.
some information on Perez. They seem to have an issue.
Perez has an issue, all right. I'm gonna move it up to rich, and then I'm gonna move it to hot lap,
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums.
and then overtake. And we're gonna try, we're 1.3 behind him. So I'm gonna spend a lot to try to catch back up to him so we can get our DRS. Because once we have DRS, that's gonna give us that extra speed. We won't need to use as much ERS. I'm gonna drop it back down to medium. Can drop our fuel back down to standard. Ah, dude, I don't know if he's catchable though. He's pretty quick, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's like this intricate dance of, you know, fuel and ERS and DRS are all working together, and you want to try to manipulate them so that you're using them to be the quickest you can, but you're also letting them offset the other ones to like let your ERS charge or anything else. So dude, it's crazy. I was watching a few videos on it. I'm definitely not going to be perfect at it right away. But hopefully with time we kind of get there. We got DRS, baby. We got DRS. Let's go. Come on. See, should we move it? But our ERS is getting low. So like if we run out of our ERS, are we going to be in big trouble? Probably. So should we try to move it to low? But then we're gonna see him start to pull ahead. So maybe we should keep it on medium. I'm sweating. This is intense. I'm gonna keep it on medium for now. How's our fuel mixture looking? We're good for now. We could go to rich fuel mixture. We're gonna switch it to low here because we're gonna get DRS in this straight. So this is gonna let our ERS charge while we're still catching up because of our fuel and our DRS. If that makes sense. Should we go to none and let it recharge? I don't really want to let it go to none. I'm going to keep it on low. Yeah, we switched to none and he started pulling ahead on us right there. This is so stressful.
We're running an excess on fuel. Mix 3 is there if you need it. Mix 3.
Mix 3 is there if we need it. All right, I've got it. I'm right on him. I am right. Dude, we are competing with Botas right now. This does not normally happen, and I think it's mainly, that was a bad turn. I think it's mainly because of this use here. I'm gonna go back to standard fuel. I'm gonna hold on to our fuel and stuff for a minute. I'm gonna go to no ERS. So completely turn it off because we've got our DRS here. We're gonna go to this next corner. When we get here, I'm gonna drop it down to 1 ERS. So we can still stick with him a little bit. Okay. We're good. Coming through here, looking good. Coming through here, looking good. We're gonna pop everything up and try to go for an overtake on this front stretch. Looking good. So we're gonna have DRS, ERS, and everything else. We may not even need it. Here we go. Hit our DRS. We're moving our ERS to overtake. Oh my God, look at our speed right now, dude. Look at our speed right now. That's an overtake, baby. Drop it down to 2. Drop our fuel mixture to make sure we stay ahead and we've got enough fuel. We're still +2 laps. That's kind of crazy. Are we going to be able to catch Ham, though? I doubt it. He's looking in rare form just like he was today in the Silverstone Grand Prix. Honestly, he got very lucky with the safety car, but he raced a crazy race, dude. He put on fastest lap and 30-lap-old hard tires. 32-lap-old hard tires, I believe. And was still able to get fastest lap on that final lap. That's insane. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and drop our ERS to low. I'm going to see if we can't start to kind of regain a little bit. Is he going to go for anything here? Maybe. That's the other thing is when you pit, that's a good time to try to gain some ERS as well, which is interesting. So we're gonna come off here, and I'm gonna move everything down to low. I'm moving everything down, everything down, everything down. Make sure we don't speed. We just touch the wall a little bit. Make sure we don't speed. Pit limiters on.
Track is clear.
We bumped the freaking wall. That was not good. But we've got everything low here, so we're going to be recharging our ERS this entire time. We're at 43% right now. Hopefully it starts going up more. Oh.
Complete. Go now.
2.4 seconds. Our ERS isn't really going up. I thought it would go up during this. Pit limiter off.
Up to speed now.
We're going to go up to medium.
To those tires.
Go up to standard on our fuel. And we're going to get back out there. Holy cow, dude. What a freaking race so far. So this is where it gets kind of tough because we don't have anybody following us or chasing. So like, I don't know how hard we have to push. Should we be going to low to start trying to build up a little bit of ERS for future parts of the race when we're actually racing and trying to overtake? Probably. But then at the same time, then we're giving up time while we're doing that. I guess we could run a rich mix to try to help offset. I guess if we catch up to these guys, then we can start using DRS to save our ERS. There's so many RSs happening here, dude. Whew. I thought we were running into the back of him right there, dude. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop to standard fuel. Going to go for an inside overtake here. Trying to keep at least a couple tires on the track. Whew. Going to try to get around George Russell here if we can. Got the inside. Whew. trying not to touch him at all, you know what I mean? We should have DRS, right? We should have had it when we crossed the detection point, maybe not. Dude, he's quick. Who's that Ferrari that just came out? That's Vettel? Ooh, that's not good. So we have definitely, running low on our ERS and everything has definitely not been great for us. We're definitely slower. Get around him here. I'm trying to save it up for when we need it, but I don't know when we're gonna need it. This is like a game of chess, dude. There's so much more to this than meets the eye. We've got DRS. Looks like we're both gonna go for the overtake of Giovinazzi here.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Oh, that was an aggressive move, and that could have resulted in a crash. There is no doubt about that. All right, we're back in front of Vettel. We're still on Rich, and we're plus 2 laps with 5 to go. I think we're going to be able to leave Rich on for the most part. I don't know. We'll see. We've got Vettel behind us. Got some guys in the pits there. We're up to P5. And we've got... Oh, nope. Are we going to come out in front of Bottas? Give me that overtake speed, baby. Give him that overtake speed. And then we're going to go up to hot lap so we can accelerate through this corner. Whew! Got him. Drop it down to medium. Since we already won the position. So that's a provisional P2, I believe. There's still 2 guys in front of Hamilton that have not pitted yet.
Gap to car in front is 3.0 seconds.
3 seconds. We might be able to make something happen here, fellas. Imagine we pull something out. We're starting to get a little bit of gap behind us. Bro, I am sweating, but this is so much fun. Like, actually learning how to properly play is so much fun. All right, we're going to start trying to get ahead a little bit. I'm going to go to hot lap here. And then we're going to go to overtake. We're going to see if we can somehow start to catch him and maybe... Shoot, we're using so much ERS for this. We definitely gained a little bit of ground there. Like, I want to use it to catch him, but then if we run out of ERS and we have to run on no ERS, we are going to get absolutely demolished by everyone, is the problem. I feel like maybe a track with more braking might be easier to use ERS on because you're regenning more. And it's not quite as crazy of a dance because you have a lot of extras sitting around. I would definitely rather just sit back here and take my P2.
The battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment.
We're gonna go down to low. That's what I was worried about. I would rather sit here and safely take my P2 than try to be a hero and you know get a first place. So we'll see how this works out. Dude, if we really balled out and went for it, I think we could catch Lewis. I just don't know if we'd have enough ERS to last us the rest of the race. I don't think we would. I'm tempted to go to no ERS and try to really charge some up and then recharge him, but I don't know. It's gonna drop like crazy, but we're going for it, baby. We're on overtake. We're gonna try to treat this like we did our qualifying. We're gonna push it up to hot lap, accelerate through here, drop it to overtake, get that extra top speed. I don't know that we're gonna be able to catch him, dude. And we are burning through. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it to medium. He's too far ahead. We need to fight the Ferraris. We're gonna succeed the dreams of first place. It's fine. Definitely don't want Bottas getting in DRS territory. He's 1.3 seconds behind us. We're at 42%. We may want to think about potentially turning our ERS back up a little bit. I think we could probably run on high for the rest of the race. We'll see how much we bleed off as we go through this lap here, but there's only 2 laps left, so... or less than 2 laps. We should be good. I mean, that was a hell of a race, dude. The ERS stuff is fun. I know I'm probably not ideal at it. Those of you guys who have more experience than I do, feel free to leave me tips and stuff down in the comments. But I had fun with that. I think I used it fairly well.
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
Oh gosh, I wasn't even paying attention, dude. Just running on high dropped us so quick. Oh my gosh. I backed it down to none. We hit a couple turns there, we're good. Just running it on high for like half a lap dropped us so fast.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Should I go to lean? You're making me nervous. I'm gonna go to lean for a little bit. I think we're fine. I think we're gonna be okay. We don't want to run out of gas. I think our lead is big enough. We're gonna be okay. And then we could bump up the ERS to high We got less fuel, but more electricity from the battery, more horsepower. Nothing like a good old hybrid, you know what I mean? Down to 12% ERS. That's okay, because we are approaching the end of this. I'm going to drop it. We're good. Please don't run out of fuel. Please don't run out of fuel. Ooh. Kind of cut that corner a little bit, not going to lie. We got 15% ERS. I'm going to move it to hot lap, baby. Burn it off. Burn it all. We don't need it anymore. Whew.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done.
That was a race, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I like that a lot. I'm sweating because it's way more to worry about.
So Mercedes have won.
But I like that a lot.
Race it was. And I can see the drivers starting to approach the
Let me see that podium, baby.
Celebrations.
Uh-huh.
A real team victory today. Everybody played their
Look at Valtteri up there in that Ferrari
Congratulations
uniform.
then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Man. Let's go. So it's kind of funny here. The first 5 spots on the grid all finished exactly where they started. That is, that's crazy. One thing I do want to start doing more of that you guys have asked for is taking a look at the standings and stuff at the end of every episode. So we are currently 4th in the driver's standings. We are 129 points behind Lewis. You know, quite a few behind Sebastian up there in 3rd, and a decent amount ahead of Leclerc behind us. So we're sitting pretty evenly there. Don't really have too much to worry about. In terms of the constructors' standings, looks like Haas is in 4th place, which is thanks to you, boy. That's pretty good. Racing Point is up there at 5th. Renault, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Toro Rosso, not looking too good down there at the bottom of the pack. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Peace out.